Feeling ko ako yung newbie as a teenager.
What?
Wow! As a teenager!
So wala pa lang nangyayari parang magsasama-sama muna kayo.
Depende.
Sa prayer lang, company.
Sa prayer.
Na sometimes, you just have to accept na no matter your preparation, sometimes mali ka.
Mas nakakapuyat ba ang film?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sa panonood ng pelikula, no, we often see the polished final form, but behind the scenes, there's so much more that happens. Maaari ba kayong mag-share ng isang specific o kahit ilan na memorable or challenging moments that you've experienced, especially nag-transition kayo from theater to film. So ano itong mga memorable or challenging moments na ito? Sige. Elijah?
Good
Wala
morning.
ba? Wala ba?
Madaming challenging moments for sure. Isa siguro, for Kala 15, I had this scene na I was supposed to eat tuna straight from the can.
Right.
Hindi pala tuna, sardines. Basta kakain lang ng sardines, tapos it was at this point, spoiler alert, na iniwan na siya ng lahat ng tao sa buhay niya, he was just alone. So, ramdam na ramdam ko yung loneliness,
Yes.
yung melancholy ng eksena, despite him just trying to fight and survive through it all. So, kumakain ako first take, medyo naiiyak talaga ako, like eating the sardines, wala ako sa sahig, tas kandila lang. You know, the whole environment was kind of like making me feel that way. Pero, nasabihan ako na wag mong i-drama. Like, no, he just wants to survive, you know? He just wants to eat. He's just hungry. It's just a matter of fact. So, ang daming mga ganung moments na matututo ka talaga, na sometimes you just have to accept na no matter your preparation, sometimes mali ka. And okay lang magkamali, guys.
Ulit na
okay
lang.
Magkamali. I think that's the beauty of the craft also, is that you get to learn more about humanity as well, and yourself, and it's a crazy person's job. So it takes a lot of humanity.
It's always a learning
also.
process.
Hella, yeah.
Never ending.
Yun.
Sige, Gabby, anong ma-share mong memorable or challenging moments?
Siguro one of the memorable moments that I remember was my first film, which was Darling Nick with Direk Sari Dalena. That's how I met Cedric. It was memorable because I remember we were shooting our first sequence for that film, and I have never done anything yet in film.
Okay.
And then I remember napagsabihan talaga ako ng Direk Sari because we were blocking the scene, and it was a big scene, ang daming nangyayari. And as someone who was coming from theater and often in the round, wala akong sensitivity and awareness of the camera.
Yeah.
So when we were doing the scene, you were always seeing the back of my head.
Yeah.
Tapos sabi ni Direk Sari, hindi ko makalimutan, "My dear, hindi ito hair commercial. Hindi ko kailangan makita yung buhok mo." But she said it in such a nice way. And again, we're so lucky when we have directors who are so patient, and so kind.
Right.
And I love Direk Sari. But that was all I needed. And it's just like, okay, awareness na your audience is here. This is not, no one can see whatever you're doing here. So, yun. So that was one of those moments na, okay, sige, this is a different medium. There is a camera, there are angles. It's not enough to just be in the frame. You have to know where you're throwing, ganyan.
Yes.
So, yun, yung mga moments like that where baby you is just like, okay, I'm learning the I'm learning the thing.
Can I add also? Kasi sinabi si Gabby na, we're very lucky to have directors then who understand kung saan tayo galing and will try to communicate effectively para maintindihan natin. So naalala ko yon na ginagawa ni na Direk Pepe Jokno at na si Direk Carlo Mendoza, yung wording niya sa amin was like, remember sumasayaw kayo with each other sa eksena, sayawan niyo rin yung camera. So para i-consider niyo siya, kasama siya sa eksena, so sayawan niyo. And that really helped me a lot. Kasi again, lahat ng mga nasa cast ng Himala, first time nila sa eksena, ako sa film ever.
Yeah.
I'm still a baby as well. Wow, sa baby. Pero yun, parang is very, very grateful to have directors na would consider that, where na theater actors tayo and how to communicate effectively. Yeah.
We know that after portraying intense roles and delivering emotionally demanding performances, you guys would need to return to your real selves. So anong ginagawa niyong paraan para pagpag o kalas. At ano ba yung pagkakaiba? Meron bang pagkakaiba kapag kumakalas kayo sa roles sa theater at sa film? Sige, Cedric.
Ang dami, magkakaiba kasing proseso ng mga actors. Meron talagang mga nagbe-method. I think yun yung pinaka-question mo. Kasi meron talagang mga method actors na talagang not until matapos nila yung buong proyekto, tsaka lang sila bumibitaw. Ako kasi, alam ko na mabigat pag dinadala ko siya sa bahay. So as much as possible, pupunta ako somewhere para magpagpag. Iinom ako or magkikape ako or kukuha ko ng ibang energy ng ibang tao na wala dun sa set. At the same time, kapag alam ko na, like for example, Gumburza, pero Gumburza was exception. So as much as possible, bago ko matulog talaga at pagkagising ko, kailangan ko harapin yung script ko. Kasi napakalaking responsibility niya eh. And parang kanina hindi ko lang nadagdag, hindi kasi siya contemporary. So kailangan kang gumalaw sa such a way na nasa 1800s ka pa rin. So ang hirap. Depende. Laging depende kung anong ginagawa natin na trabaho.
Elijah, ikaw, anong paraan natin para magpagpag?
Same lang naman. Yeah, sometimes you just need to go out, magpagpag.
Hener.
Pagbansa after the shoot. If you have that luxury. Pero ako I guess, yung upbringing ko naman about it was just not to take it so seriously, acting is just a job. As much as we're all passionate for it and I love it, trabaho lang siya. And it's not worth dying for, It's not worth going crazy for by myself. Yung kapag mag-isa, yung madamage yung mental health ko or physical health ko. It's not worth that. So I acknowledge that. And kaya mas madali na ngayon kumalas sa mga characters. Pero other than that, yung kapag may mga heavy scenes ka, kailangan, di ba pag naiiyak kayo sometimes, kahit nag-cut, nandun pa rin talaga siya. Nandun pa rin talaga siya. And sometimes you just have to breathe. You need to talk to someone or kailangan mo lang ng time alone and just remind yourself, trabaho lang to.
Yeah.
And I'm just acting. Literally just acting.
Yeah. And, feeling ko, rin kasi, over the decades din kasi, dati kasi para may term tayo for the arts. Gawin natin yan for the arts, ganyan. Yeah. Pero, parang sobrang thankful lang ako sa generation natin na gusto nating gawin yung working environment natin na healthy, na inclusive pa rin siya.
Yes.
So, ngayon kasi parang china-champion na ng bawat isa yung health ng bawat isa. So, nandun na yung part na parang tao muna bago art. Para may ganyan. Kaya din nabuo yung Eddie Garcia Bill.
Yeah.
Kasi kami as an actor, parang ang hirap sa amin din mag-create and mag-step onto something and working sa imaginary circumstances. Pag pagod kami, pag hindi kami nabibigyan ng safe space,
Safety.
at hindi kami nabibigyan ng enough preparation to do that.
With the Eddie Garcia bill, I think yung priority namin for everyone, not just for actors, but everyone on set, is that we do it in a way where it's sustainable.
Yep.
Yes.
Sustainable for everyone. Because, for example, I remember, usually I don't struggle with letting go of a character, but there was one time na naramdaman ko talaga yung mental toll niya sa akin. So when we were doing Konabasho, there was one scene, spoiler alert, where I find my sister after her attempted suicide.
Yeah.
And that was super, super triggering to me. And it was a struggle because we couldn't get there. Tapos hindi ko magets kung bakit hindi ko siya mapuntahan. Okay. Tapos nag-uusap na kami ng Direk Dan, ang tagal. Tapos alam mo yung nagpapanik ka na, I'm effing this up for everyone. And yun pala, sorry, am I allowed to say? Yun pala, my body was protecting me because there's that mental barrier was like, are you sure? Do you want to go there? Because when you go there, wala na.
That's so true.
It's a black hole.
So true.
So we went there because especially when you're shooting and you don't want to let people down, you're in this really scary panic mode. So we go there, we get the shot. As soon as Direct J yells cut, breakdown talaga. And then hindi ka talaga makabalik.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
And it was the first time that it's happened to me. And so I was also grateful that we had a team who sat down with me in the dressing room and really debriefed with me. So I think hindi naman responsibility, but it's great when the team also extends that courtesy of debriefing with you and understanding that at the end of the day, these are real traumas, real feelings, real things that you're revisiting for the art.
Yep.
And it's your wellness, but at the end of the day, that's the priority.
It's always important that you guys are assured that you're working in a safe environment, like what Cedrick said earlier. No? Sige, let's talk about representation. Gabby, I wanted to ask you about Billy and Emma. How was your experience, both on and off camera, being part of one of the first indie films in the country?
Oh, wow. Well, Billy and Emma is always going to be super special to me. It means, that film means so much to me and to many other people. To this day, I still get people, like they approach me and they tell me that this was an important film to them, especially queer people from that community. But we knew that when we were making it, just because Samantha Lee, of course, she champions queer stories. And so when Zara and I found out that we were doing this, everything that we prepared for was, ano talaga, we were gonna handle it with respect. We weren't gonna use it just as a device. So the Soji briefing, the materials that she gave us to read, the stuff that we needed to watch, we understood that this was an important thing that we were talking about. But more than the queer experience, also for Emma, her struggles were about being a woman, being a woman in poverty, having limited choices, limited resources, and having her future jeopardized because of a teen pregnancy. And it was set in the 90s, but it's still something that happens now.
Yes.
The institution still fails women in the sense na, you know, our life is limited. So that's why I think the film is important to me and many people, is because it's a real thing, it's a real struggle, and there are stories that still continue to be, should be told.
Katulad nga na nasabi mo kanina, no? It's a film that was set in the 90s, so a rather conservative time. But she's a woman with agency, and that's what matters. It makes me truly happy that LGBTQ plus representation in film has come a long way, na ngayon binibigyan na natin sila ng totoong kulay nila at hindi lang yung mga nakasanayan nating stereotypical na portrayals. Speaking of which, Elijah, you've also been known for taking on...
Really?
Really, yes. For example, with Game Boys, you've also been known for taking bold LGBTQ plus roles. So katulad nga na nasabi ko kanina with Game Boys, how do you choose the roles that you play, and do you also have any hesitations bago mo ito kunin?
Wala naman. No hesitations at all when it comes to playing different characters. Yung Game Boys kasi, honestly, hindi ko siya pinag-isipan kasi kailangan ko ng trabaho nun. It was during the pandemic. Like, height of the pandemic, you know, na parang you had all these projects lined up and then the pandemic happens and then your life just is put on pause, is put on hold. Tapos when Game Boys was offered and it was being produced by my management also at the time, which was Idea First, it was a no-brainer for me, honestly. I did it, and daming sacrifices kasi nga syempre we were shooting ourselves and all that. Pero hindi ko naman, wala namang hesitations about it. And same with Gabby, parang we had that Soji orientation. And I think like growing up, I think I was just raised well. I guess wala naman akong prejudice or stigma about like the queer community. I have so many gay friends, and I would love to champion their stories. I would proudly say I'm an ally. So walang hesitations when it comes to that. It's always about the story and the project and how important it is and how fun it is gonna be then for me. And parang nung ginagawa namin yung Game Boys, ang saya-saya lang kasi syempre, the filmmakers that were in charge of it also came from the community, so guided kami properly in terms of political correctness and all that. Pero in-enjoy ko lang din talaga siya. It's a BL. So, kilig-kilig, it's the lightest project I've ever done. Wala pa rin ako ginagawa.
After nun, sunod-sunod na yung
Binubugbog ka na palagi.
Lagi akong patay or umiiyak or
recently lang sa Uninvited, di ba?
Or kalaban.
Pero ayos lang. Hindi naman ako nagko-complain. I mean, salamat pa rin sa mga nagtitiwala sa akin to help tell their stories. Pero walang pag-iinarte about that. Just nowadays though, I'm trying to pick my projects better and more careful and with more sensitivity. Also, siguro kasi sobrang, honestly, like, ang dami ko nakukuhang inquiries to portray like queer roles. And saya na people really like my previous performances and all that. Pero now, I know so many queer actors who would love to have the same opportunity, right? To portray these characters. And ako na lang lahat gaganap ng mga gay characters. Hindi mo pwede. So, right now I'm trying to give leeway for that. And wag masyado tumanggap ng mga ganong klaseng characters to give more opportunities for other queer actors.
Yes. More than films, no? We're also going to share sneak peeks of photos from particular moments in your lives and careers. So, ang unang
Birthday.
photo na ipapakita natin. Yes! Sino Malayo Best Actress for Kono Basho?
Friend natin yan, guys.
Friend namin yan!
Nandito yan ngayon, no?
Grabe, that still feels so surreal. I remember the moment that happened. Kasi syempre in-announce si Ate Marian. She won. And honestly, I really was not expecting. Hindi ko nga pinapunta yung boyfriend ko. Kasi I was like, ano to, makita na lang tayo after ganyan. As in, ganun ka walang expectation. And then after the citations ni Ate Yan, they kept talking. And then they were talking about another actor, and then the citations, and then as in real time, hindi siya nag-ano. So if you see the reaction video that Sam Lee took, nakaganyan ako. Kasi naglo-load talaga siya na parang, ano nangyayari? Bakit hindi pa sila nagbibigay ng trophy? And then when I was called na, that's when it occurred to me na, oh, this is actually happening. And so, what a thing to happen. And to share it with Ate Marian, whose performance in Balota is amazing.
Yes.
I think that's such an honor. So, yay!
Congratulations again, Gabby.
Thank you.
Congrats, Gab.
Thank you.
Next photo, please.
Nakakataka pa rin dyan.
Cola ambassador.
Diba? Oh my goodness. When the nominations were announced, Gabby was nominated also. We didn't know kung sino yung mga nominees actually. Until ma-announce na lang. So, nakatuto kami. Ay, ganun din yung face ko nun kasi I was looking, okay. Tapos I remember thinking, ba't ako lang yung nominated? Kasi in my mind, I think Bituin is such an amazing actor. Ang galing niya sa pelikula. Naomi also, she's my chayong. Alam mo yun, yun ang parang sa akin, ba't kaya hindi sila? So yung utak ko nandun pa. And then, again, I didn't really prepare anything and I just listed down a few names nung dinner. Just in case, as advised by Ed Lacson, na director namin sa musical. He's like, magsulat ka lang. Just in case. So, nung na-announce talaga, shock talaga ako. Kasi I remember thinking either si Gabby to or si Chanda. Because also, si Miss Chanda, ang ganda ng outfit. Diba naka-off-shoulder siyang red.
Ready na umakyat dun eh. Ready na umakyat, yeah.
Parang ready
So,
siya.
about sa outfit pa kasi
Sometimes it's based on the dress.
Di ko naman to, again, I was thinking, di ko naman tumundo. Di ko pa tumundo. Alam mo yon. So parang inisip ko, ready siya tumanggap ng award. Off-shoulder siya, ganyan. Tapos sinasabi pa sa start ng program, meron siyang, si Miss Chanda Romero ay nandito nung unang MMFF, ganyan. So sabi ko, naku, parang siya yung makakukod. Okay lang, happy. Sana ma-nominate lang ako, ganyan. So nung na-announce niya yung name, oh my goodness, talagang, I remember just thinking, introduce yourself. I need to introduce myself. I have to say, because hindi na kilala, I have to say, ako si Kakki Teodoro. Ako ay 37 years old. Ako ay mula sa mundo ng teatro.
What a speech.
And oh my goodness. And I could see you were nakatayo ka
Girl,
doon.
we
And
all
I'm like,
jumped up when
my
your
goodness.
name was called. We were so happy.
gosh, what a moment.
Congratulations again, Kakki. Palakpakan mo natin.
Actually, telephone niya yung trophy niya nasa ila.
Oo, ito siya actually.
Dala-dala. Okay, next photo, please. Okay.
Oh my God.
That's you.
Hindi ko napanood yan. I'm so sorry.
What did I say? This is my theater
Comeback.
Comeback.
Yes.
I haven't done theater in almost 10 years.
That's with Meryl.
But yeah, I did it with my mama Meme, and I had fun doing this. Just felt like it was time to go back. Parang before this, I was doing TV nonstop, just doing TV shows for the past 2 years and a couple of films. Pero I just wanted to exercise these skills
muscles,
again or whatever, these acting muscles, whatever. So yan, ginawa ko yan, and it just felt like the right project at the time. 2 one-act plays about martial law, and I'm ready to accept and do theater again. When I have time, yun lang, problema kasi it's the time and all. Pero other than that, it's the adrenaline, walang makakapantay.
Was it
walang
in the
makakapalit.
also.
Yes.
Yeah, it was in the
was.
round. Oh nga, you got to watch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Really about the rush. Next photo, please. Nice naman.
Ayan, syempre.
Pag-uusapan natin
Surrounded
yung-
by award-winning
Okay,
actors.
Yung 100,000.
Oh, nasaan na yung 100?
Nasaan na? Anong ginawa?
Siguro pag parang, sabi ko, tagal nito, tapos Feb na. Parang March ko na siya. Anyways, yeah, so,
Creative forces.
so 2 years na siya. Yeah. So yun, ang sa akin lang nun, simula nung ginawa namin yung Gumburza, ang mahalaga lang sa amin nila Pepe. Knowing Pepe. Lalo na knowing that project, tayo, di ba? Na parang gusto lang namin na marami makapanood. Yun lang. Gusto lang namin na maalala ulit yung Gumburza, ano yung mga lessons na binigyan na sa atin, at maalala ng mga Pilipino na nanggaling sa kanila yung salitang Filipino, kung bakit natin tinatawag yung sarili natin na Pilipino. Pero grabe yung yung struggle nung MMFF that year. Kasi isa tayo sa bottom na walang masyado talagang mga screening. Same with Himala, lahat. So, kasi siya hard pill siya to swallow di ba? Pero dahil nga sa mga reviews, parang nasabi namin nila Pepe noon na I think para siyang magiging revolution din. So parang ganun yung nangyari. With all the accolades, tapos yung mga reviews ng mga tao, tapos with what happened pa sa gabi ng parangal, parang mas lalong dumami na yung curiosity ng mga tao.
Yes.
And naalala ko, sabi ko niyan, pagkatawag ng pangalan ko, kasi happy na ako na, okay, nomination. Okay, I'm good. Pero naalala ko, ganyan na ako. Di ba, magkakatangta? Ganyan lang ako.
There's always
Tapos
that
tinawag yung pangalan ko, naalala ko si Enchong, as in pumiyok si Enchong. Sabi niya, sobrang happy siya. Tapos tinatry kong bumalik sa senses ko kasi nanginginig talaga ako. And sabi ko sa sarili ko, huwag ka munang umiyak, kailangan mo munang magsalita. So habang naglalakad ako papunta ng stage, pagkatapos ko sa first step, wala na, yung nanginginig na ako. Sinubukan ko na lang na tignan ulit yung mga kasama ko sa natin. Si Carlo Men, sila Pepe, sila Team Manina, and Erickson. Para hindi ko makalimutan kasi very important yun . Kasi alam natin na pag nagtatrabaho tayo, mapapelikula man TV or theater, we always work as ensemble. So dapat talaga napapasalamatan mo sila. So hindi ko rin alam. Sabi ko, okay, stretch ko na to kasi hindi ko alam kung mauulit pa to sa buhay ko.
I remember this season of MMFF, everyone on social media, walang nagduda. Congratulations.
Tama.
Walang nagduda. All right, thank you guys for playing along. That was fun. Before we wrap up, is there anything that you'd like to plug? Any films or projects that you would like to invite our audience at home to watch?
Sige, start na ako. Meron akong ginawang film with Sari Dalia na ulit. So, this year's Cinemalaya, yung Cinemartyrs. And I think isa rin siya sa na-post ng FDCP. Yung series ng ginagawa ko, alam ko film siya, pero parang ewan ko kung maging series. Yung Dango, sana this year may release na siya. Yeah.
Kakki.
Yes. Meron din akong, right ako sa Himalaya this year.
Yay!
Yes! So, hindi ko pa siya pwede ma-share. Pero I'm so happy na
Abangan.
meron akong Himalaya. Parang, And Into the Woods. So,
Yes!
Into the Woods, the musical will be staged August.
Elijah.
Ako, watch No Other Land. It's a film about atrocities in
Documentary.
Palestine.
Yes.
So watch that. And ano pa ba?
Best documentary feature.
Abangan Edjop, we're still working on it.
Yes. I'm so
About to
excited for that.
play version of the Gitab by
Right.
Ian Abraham.
Oh my gosh.
And abang-abang na lang. Yeah.
Gabby.
Hindi ko pa pwedeng sabihin kung ano yung details, but I'm happy to announce that I will be doing my first teleserye.
Whoa! It's time! About time.
So hopefully by the time this airs, we'll be allowed to share.
Right.
But I'll be on TV. It'll be fun. So we're excited for that.
Maraming salamat ulit sa inyong lahat. Again, Gabby Padilla, Elijah Canlas, Kakki Teodoro, and Cedrick Juan. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. Muli, isang napakalaking karangalan na dalhin nyo kami sa mundo ng teatro at pelikula. We got to know your transition from film to theater, which I'm sure will be inspiring to our aspiring artists out there. And at the same time, most of all, pinakita nyo sa amin how important it is to sensitively and accurately portray characters and bring them into life. Totoo man o hindi, hango sila sa realidad ng lipunan at napakahalaga na irepresenta sila ng tama. Sa pag-uusap natin ngayon, nakita natin kung bakit ang mga aktor natin dito, lalo na sa ating bansa, ay mga alagad ng sining at napakahalagang sangkap sa pagtatagumpay ng pelikulang Pilipino. Maraming salamat ulit sa panonood. Stay tuned for more episodes dito lang sa Behind the Reel. See you next time. Yes.
Thank you. Nakasweldo din ako ng 80K.
Biggest challenge talaga ng independent filmmakers ay budget.
Pag DOP ako, masaya lang ako. Pag director hindi.
I have something to say.
Baka doon pa tayo mag-acting workshop sa set, no? Mag-discussion pa tayo sa set. Wala na po akong oras, no?
Hindi ko lang alam kung ano ba talaga. Gumagawa ba kasi may kita? O bakit ba't ang daming gumagawa kahit hindi kumikita?
Sobrang hirap magpapanood. Pero, mahal nga kasi ng sine.